Shalom, shalom, back for another lesson. And first and foremost, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakodash. Next double honors to the head apostles / elder bishops of Great Millstone, who teach and who rule well. Peace, blessings, and safety to all you sincere Akim. Keep pushing, keep believing, and keep the faith, regardless of whether people hear or forbear. All right, and I'm going to be reading out of the book of Wisdom of Solomon in the Apocrypha. Okay, and this is speaking about essentially the elect possibly facing death. Okay, and just some scriptures to bring comfort in the times of trouble, to not have fear. All right, remember, we're not supposed to fear the one that can kill the body, only the one that can kill the body and then send the soul into hell, which is a condition played out on earth. All right. So this is speaking of the death of the righteous. Okay. So Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3, I'm starting at verse 1. It says, "But the souls of the righteous are in the hand of God, and there shall no torment touch them. In the sight of the unwise they seem to die, and their departure is taken for misery, and their going from us to be utter destruction, but they are in peace. For though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality, and having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded. For Yahweh proved them and found them worthy for himself." All right, so once again, man, Lord willing, we're spared and saved from all the the perils and all that, but we know that some of the men of the Lord are going to be possibly taken up and put to death, man. And I mean, all kind of different perils are going to happen. So we just have to prepare our minds for that. Yahweh Shai, he said, be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. All right. So it says, I'm going to read verse 4 again. It says, "For though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality." All right. It tells you in, I believe, 2 Thessalonians that, bear with me. Yeah, 2 Thessalonians, it tells you not to be in sorrow for those who sleep. All right, because that they're going to be raised up. The ones who died in the anointed are going to be raised up in the anointed. All right, verse 5. Actually, verse 6. "As gold in the furnace hath he tried them, and received them as a burnt offering. And in the time of their visitation they shall shine, and run to and fro like sparks among the stubble. They shall judge the nations and have dominion over the people, and their Lord, who is Yahweh Shai, shall reign forever." All right, that's the end for the elect. Okay, they're gonna reign forever and ever. It says that Yahweh Shai is gonna take the kingdoms of the earth. Okay, I believe Revelation 11:15, the kingdoms of this earth have become the kingdom of the Lord. All right, and then Daniel chapter 7, down at the bottom, it tells you that he's gonna give that holy kingdom unto his saints. All right, which are the elect of the Israelites. All right. And then by extension, the 2/3, when they die here in America, they're going to be reincarnated, and then they'll be a part of the kingdom as well. But in the beginning, the inheritance is for the elect. All right. So Wisdom of Solomon chapter 3, and I'm going to read verse 9. "They that put their trust in him shall understand the truth, and such as be faithful in love shall abide with him. For grace and mercy is to his saints, and he hath care for his elect. But the ungodly shall be punished according to their own imaginations, which have neglected the righteous and forsaken the Lord. For whoso despiseth wisdom and nurture, he is miserable, and their hope is vain, their labors unfruitful, and their works unprofitable." All right. And we see that plays out with the 2/3 specifically. Okay, the ungodly, the Lord is going to punish them by according to their own imaginations. All right, and they have neglected the righteous, because they crack jokes, they make fun, they mock, they scoff, right? We don't fit into their society, and good, we shouldn't, man. It's actually a blessing, okay? Because James 4:4, enmity with Salakia, a friendship with this world is enmity with the Most High. All right. Let me find. Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon chapter 4 now. All right, and I'm gonna start at Wisdom of Solomon chapter 4. I'm going to start at verse 10. It says, "He pleased Yahweh and was beloved of him, so that living among sinners he was translated. Yea, speedily was he taken away, lest that wickedness should alter his understanding, or deceit beguile his soul. For the bewitching of naughtiness doth obscure things that are honest, and the wondering of conspicuance doth undermine the simple mind. That actually makes me think of a scripture that says, bad character corrupts good morals. So like if somebody puts that down in the comments. Verse 13, it says, he being made perfect in a short time fulfilled a long time. For his soul pleased the Lord, therefore hasted he to take him away from among the wicked. This the people saw and understood it not, neither laid they up in this in their minds, that his grace and mercy is with his saints, and that he hath respect unto his chosen. Thus the righteous that is dead shall condemn the ungodly which are living, and youth that is soon perfected the many years and old age of the unrighteous. For they shall see the end of the wise, and shall not understand what Yahweh in his counsel hath decreed of him, and to what end the Lord hath sent him in safety. All right, once again, man, we read that the Lord, the righteous, their soul is in the hand of the Lord, and there shall no torment touch them. If you think about the accounts of Meshach and Abednego, Salakia, I don't know why the names escape me right now, but Shamrach, Meshach, and Abednego, that's what I'm speaking about. All right, when they were put into the fire, man, the Son of Man was in there with them. Okay, and they, the people, they were probably freaking out, thinking like, man, these people, they gonna, or they was, looking forward to them being burnt, and they survived it. All right, and then not only did the fire not burn them, it burned the men that even got close to try to put them into the fire and kill them pretty much instantly. So, that tells you right there, man, how the Lord is going to come through for the elect, right? The traps and the snares that the devil sets up for us, especially coming into these end times, his devices that MOTB, the martial law, the famine, they're going to be hunting us down and all that, man. Those same traps and snares are going to flip and come upon them, but the elect is going to be delivered from that, Lord will. All right, verse, where's I at? I'm going to read verse 17 again. It says, For they shall see the end of the wise, and shall not understand what God in his counsel hath decreed of him, and to what end the Lord hath set him in safety. They shall see him and despise him, but Yahweh shall laugh them to scorn, and they shall hereafter be a vile carcass, and a reproach among the dead forevermore. All right, so, they see us, they laugh, they joke, they despise us, man. I mean, even the people that call themselves men and women of the Lord, when we bring out the 100% truth according to the Bible, they hate it, and they hate us for that. All right, but I forgot exactly where it's at, but blessed be he. Luke chapter 6, it tells you blessed be he, or blessed be you when men revile you and cast out your name as evil. All right, for the name of the Lord, man, that's a blessing. So don't even stress it. It says, verse 19, For he shall rend them and cast them down headlong, that they shall be speechless, and he shall shake them from the foundation, and they shall be utterly laid waste, and be in sorrow, and the memorial shall perish. And when they cast up the accounts of their sins, they shall come with fear, and their own iniquity shall convince them to their face. Because, they're going to have to face, everybody's going to have to give account for every idle word that they speak, and every wicked thing that they do. They're going to have to give account for that in front of the Heavenly Father one of these days, man. And, that's going to be a scary sight. Hebrews 10:31. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5. I'm going to close out with this. It's just going to be a short one. All right. We'll start at verse 1. It says, Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. All right. Because it tells you in Proverbs chapter 28, verse 1, I believe, that the wicked flee when no man pursueth, but the righteous are as bold as a lion. When you know that you're righteously doing the work of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai out there on the highways and byways, man, we know that all kind of things could happen. You could be killed, you could be shot, you could be imprisoned, all kind of different things, man, stabbed, but once again, man, the righteous are as bold as a lion. We out there, prophesying the downfall of our enemies in their face, with no fear of what they can do to us. All right. So I'm going to read that again. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as afflicted him. That's Esau, Edom. They've been afflicting our people for hundreds and hundreds of years at this point. All right. And really all other nations as well afflicted us in different captivities. You read the accounts going all the way back to the book of Joshua and Judges, man. You see the children of Israel have been afflicted and put into captivity many different times, for shorter time periods and for longer time periods. All right. And once again, we're out there in boldness prophesying against these different nations, telling them that the Lord's going to, he's coming back to destroy them. They're going to go into slavery. I mean, it's not a pleasant message, or it's not pleasant for them at least. But it is what it is, man. The gospel is the good news, man. It's good news for us, bad news for the rest of the world. That's why it says that when they seen the great army in the book of Revelations, that they seen and stood up, and great fear fell upon them, because they know that once the children of Israel rise up, that their end is near. But let's continue. Verse 2 says, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. Because they expecting white Jesus to pull up, and that's not how it's gonna go down, man. The chariots of the nation of Israel are gonna come in, right? The angels, and they're gonna come in, and they're gonna come in looking like so-called Negroes, is what the world will call them, and they're gonna be beaming people up. At the same time, while they're beaming up the elect, they're gonna be shooting out laser beams, burning up the wicked, man. And the so-called UFOs, they're just not prepared for that. They don't think that this is ever gonna happen, and we can't even really imagine, how sci-fi it's really gonna get. You know what I'm saying? So, I love this verse. I'm gonna read that again. Verse 2 of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5. It says, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for. And they, repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit, shall say within themselves, this was he, whom we had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach. So the 2/3 they're going to be seeing, they're going to be seeing those, our uncles, our brothers, our sisters, our moms, our fathers, whatever, dogs, cats, everybody, man. They're going to be seeing the elect being beamed up, and all the wicked who didn't take heed to the words of the prophet, they're gonna know. They're gonna know, okay, hey man, this was all real. And they know that them nuclear missiles gonna be hitting any minute. And they're gonna be freaking out, man. It tells you, Acts chapter 3, verse 23, I believe, that the soul who will not hear the prophets that the Lord raises up, that soul shall be cut off. And and they're gonna realize that it's all true. Because a lot of our people, they really just unbelievers. No matter how much they say to love the Lord, if they're not really doing their best to obey the law, statutes, and commandments of the Heavenly Father, they're really unbelievers, man. They don't believe that he's really going to come down and send judgment and chaos in this place. They think that they still believe, what the Christians teach, that he's going to come back out of the blue. It's going to be peace on earth, and then everybody's going to appear with, in a I don't even know where they think they're going to go. They're just going to raise up into the clouds, and they're going to be in white garments and all that. It's not going to be like that, man. When the Lord comes back, it says in Matthew 6:34, it says, I come not to send peace, but a sword. And what if it already be kindled? So the Lord is telling you that when Yahushua returns, the world is already going to be on fire, man. It's going to be chaos and destruction all upon the face of the earth. All right. Verse 4 says, we fools account his life madness and his end to be without honor. They think that They just see us in our ancient garments out there preaching. They think that, look at the men with dresses, look at those bums, why they ain't got the fancy suits on. You see what I'm saying? They don't, why ain't they driving in nice cars, right? They think that we just, that we just a bunch of crazy, bums on the street, man. That's what they really think. They don't even realize that we are the true servants of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. If you think about the disciples, man, these men, they were literally homeless men that went out city to city and preached the gospel. They wouldn't have been driving up in no Cadillac, living in $8 million houses with 10 bedrooms. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't have been none of that, man. The true servants of the Lord, they were rough living, austere men. Think about John the Baptist. He lived in the woods, he ate locusts. Ain't no telling how often he bathed. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and he was considered great. You see? So there was no man born of a woman that was greater than John the Baptist. So, the people of the world, they don't understand, man. They see on the outside, they see that we may not be the most best looking. We might not wear the nicest clothes. We don't drive the fancy cars, and they count us for, they count us our lives as madness. Okay, they count our lives to be without honor, right? But that's how the Lord get down, man. Read 1 Corinthians chapter 1. It says, not many noble have been chosen. He's using the foolish to confound the wise, and the feeble to confound the mighty. All right. I'm gonna read verse 4 again. It says, we fools, who are the 2/3, Esau, Edom, and all these heathens, man, these devils, we fools account his life madness and his end to be without honor. How is he numbered among the children of God? They're gonna say, wow, why does he get? How is he the prophets? How are these men the prophets? How are they gonna be with the angels? That's what they're gonna be thinking. And his lot among the saints. Therefore have we erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness hath not shined unto us, and the sun of righteousness rose not upon us. We wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. Yea, we have gone through deserts where they laid no way, but as for the way of the Lord, we have not known it. What hath pride profited us, or what hath good riches with our vaunting brought us? Okay, and this is really talking about Esau, man, because Esau is known as the most pride. It says in the scriptures, the most prideful. And they have the riches and the wealth of the earth, but it's not gonna profit nothing when the Lord come back and burn all this shit up, man. Verse 9, it says, all those things are passed away like a shadow, and as a post that hasted by, and as a ship passeth over the waves of the water, which when it is gone by, the trace thereof cannot be found, neither the pathway of the keel in the waves. So if you think about a ship, you think about a boat that's going through the water, through the ocean, a couple seconds after it passes by, them waves have dissipated already. They went away. You couldn't even tell that boat was there. That's how it says that all this is going to be. All that riches and all the wealth and all that stuff they got, the $1 million houses and all, it's not going to matter. It's going to pass away as a shadow. All right, nobody's going to remember it. Nobody's going to care. Nobody's going to care that you got a PhD, that you could dunk a basketball, that you got a BBL. None of that shit's going to matter, man. Okay? The only thing that's going to matter is what you did for Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And the vast majority of people are actively fighting against the prophets, man. And the Lord going to destroy you. All right? I'm going to get a few more verses. I'm going to close it out. It says, or as when a bird hath flown through the air, there is no token of her way to be found. But the light air being beaten with the strokes of her wings and parted with the violent noise and motion of them is passed through. And therein afterwards no sign where she went is to be found. Or like as when an arrow is shot at a mark, it parteth the air, which immediately cometh together again, so that a man cannot know where it went through. All right. Even so, we in like manner, as soon as we were born, began to draw to our end and had no sign of virtue to show, but were consumed in our wickedness. So these people, Esau was Edom, they were created to be the wicked though, man. That's their lot. All right. For the hope of the ungodly is like dust that is blown away with the wind, like a thin froth that is driven away with the storm, like as a smoke which is dispersed here and there with a tempest and passeth away, as the remembrance of a guest that tarrieth but a day. Listen to this. But the righteous live forevermore. The reward also is with the Lord, and the care of them is with the Most High. Therefore shall they receive a glorious kingdom and a beautiful crown from the Lord's hand. For with his right hand shall he cover them, and with his arm shall he protect them. He shall take to him his jealousy for complete armor, and make the creature his weapon for the revenge of his enemies. He shall put on righteousness as a breastplate, and true judgment instead of a helmet. He shall take holiness for an invincible shield. His severe wrath shall he sharpen for a sword, and the world shall fight with him against the unwise. Then shall the right aiming thunderbolts go abroad, and from the clouds, as from a well-drawn bow, shall they fly to the mark. And hailstones full of wrath shall be cast out of a stone bow, and the water of the sea shall rage against them, and the flood shall cruelly drown them. Yea, a mighty wind shall stand up against them, and like a storm shall blow them away. Thus iniquity shall lay waste the whole earth, and ill dealing shall overthrow the thrones of the mighty. So there you go, man. All the thrones of the mighty, who the mightiest in the earth is the revived Roman Empire, the fourth beast. Okay, and it's ran by Esau, Edom. But all that's going to be completely destroyed, done away with, and of no more remembrance. Okay, after the Lord brings his destruction. So, but once again, the hope of the elect is immortality. All right, and we are. I'm gonna go back up. I'm just gonna read that to close out. It says that, verse 16, therefore should they receive a glorious kingdom and a beautiful crown from the Lord's hand. All right, that's what we hoping for, man. So, Lord willing, this is edifying to the elect wherever you may be scattered across the four corners of the earth. With that being said, as always, all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Shalom and a ball. Shalom.